You and I talked last week too about filling gaps, and we kind of talked about where the
Mhm.
question mark was on the defensive line, and you kind of explained it as, it looks like the play calling is the linemen have an option to go either A or B. They're playing a little reactive more versus proactive,
Yeah, reading. Mhm.
reading the defensive line, which is causing us to maybe getting behind the ball, and possibly due to the fact that a lot of the teams we played thus far, Utah had a running quarterback in Nate Johnson, Tennessee had Joe
Mhm.
Milton, Spencer Rattler, and the rest of the teams didn't have that. But do you think with this, with Carson Beck, who obviously he's mobile, but nowhere near the other guys, would you like to see more of that aggression and we're just blowing through a gap? Hey, you choose it and go versus decision making, or do you think we're going to see the same type of decision making into this week?
I I mean, the coaches watch way more film than I do on their opponent,
Fair
but
enough.
just from my perspective, I hope not. I hope we just go out there and smash them. Like I'm saying, when the ball snap, we're moving our hips towards the line of scrimmage,
Okay.
and knocking people backwards, and then allowing our linebackers to
The
flow
linebacker
over.
play. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, with our size and speed, I believe we can knock those guys back. Because Georgia's watching film on us and they see what we're weak at, and for me, that's our ability to come downhill and get in those gaps fast enough because we're still reading. Our guys are a little young, so that when the play is developing, I don't believe they're seeing it as fast as they would if they were veterans, and so they're not coming downhill fast enough to get in those gaps for me to make those tackles. And then the other teams are just coming straight at us, like not even making a cut before they hit the hole. Just knowing that the guys are going to be a little slow. Not that they won't be there. They're just say if you're a second slow, it's a big difference, man. And
And
if you're a second slow and hesitant, then you're dead. So I want to see us play free, and I think we could do
sure.
that by just allowing the defensive line. Hey, at the snap of the ball, if you got A gap, A gap. If you got B gap, get in your fight for it. You know what I mean? And then our linebackers will know their true assignment. Hey, I got C gap on this play. If it goes here, I got this gap. I think, but that's just my perspective on it. But the coaches, they coach for a reason and they do their job well. I like what they call. It just requires personnel that knows what it takes to get it done. And you can't abandon it if you have more guys that can do it right and you just weak in some areas. You got to get that other guy up to speed. And I think that's what we're trying to do, but it hurts us at sometimes. So halftime we make some adjustments and say, you know what, I tried that. Let me just do it like this because it's not working. But
Hear me out on this. So
mhm.
if we're filling gaps, that means the linebackers have to step up and fill the other gaps, right?
Hmm.
With a team like Georgia, with when they had Brock Bowers in, you leave open a few holes there when you're having
Yeah.
linebackers fill the gaps. With
Hmm.
Brock Bowers now being out, and
It gives us a
wheels are spinning here. Could
yeah.
we have been preparing for this Georgia team and reading gaps because we knew our linebackers were going to have to be open to Brock
Cover and stuff
to
like
cover
that. Yeah.
Brock Bowers, right? So
Hmm.
maybe we won't see it because we still don't know what they're going to throw at us. But maybe
Right.
this has been big preparation. I'm not saying their focus has been on Georgia, but if you're going to look at the big dogs on campus and where they're going to beat us at, I mean, that's Travis Kelce makes a living off of it, right? You try to
Right.
bring the
Yeah.
house,
Just
and all of
facts.
a sudden
Yeah.
the 6 foot, 7
Yeah.
guys in the middle, like, hey,
Gone.
nobody's got me. And so that's
Yeah.
because the linemen are just, like you said, sending it. But when you've got somebody
Mhm.
that's versatile, like a Brock Bowers, Travis Kelce, you're going to get eaten up. So am I right for thinking that? Am I on the
No,
line there?
no, you're right. But just the coach is going to take caution because they still recruit heavy. We like Bowers, but we don't know the other guy. You know what I mean? And maybe Bowers just maybe know the playbook a little bit more, but the other guy could be faster. He could be stronger.
Sure.
We don't know. So you don't never underestimate what they have in their stock. You know what I mean? But losing a guy like that is definitely going to be felt. He's he got a real presence on the field, but you're not wrong in thinking, we can bring it a little bit more knowing that he doesn't have his go-to target out there. So I believe we'll do that, and it should help us out a lot. Trying to cover a tight end in the middle of the field leaves a lot of things open, and that's why I'm happy about our tight end getting going. A lot of the times when we won, we had great tight ends. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Playing for us. So, and then just in little plays, whether they come back in the backfield, do all the little things they can do, that helps keep the defense off balance. So yeah, we should be in good hands, man. Not having him playing at Georgia, no, it sucks for him in his career right now. But hey, man, it's football. You gotta pick it up and keep going. Don't get down on yourself. But we're here to win, man. The Gators, I don't have time to feel sorry for nobody.